This is the submitted forms page, and this is where every single form that has been submitted through the system is available and stored. You can see here now that we're on the All Forms page, so every single form through the system is available on this page. There's two ways to access the Submitted Forms page. You can either go to the Forms menu in the top and go to Submitted Forms, or on the right hand side there's some quick nav buttons, and the middle one is View Submitted Forms. So that will take you straight to this page as well. Okay, if you see the layout of the page, you've got the ID. Every single form, submitted form, is given a unique ID, the date that it was created, the title of the form, the user, the location submitted, the status. You can actually view the PDF, and then you can go in and edit the form as well if you've got the right permissions. So while we're on status, let me just show you how to change the status of a submitted form. You can see here one's pending, one's okay, one's accepted. So there's a workflow solution behind this. And to change the status of a form, click in the checkbox at the end, scroll to the bottom of the page, and then select Action. And you've got two options. You can either delete the form or you can change the status. And when I click Change Status, all of the different statuses are available. Now if you'd like your own statuses in here, then just let us know and we'll add them for you. So I want to change the status of this from OK, which is our default, to denied. And you might use denied for a purchase order request, for example. Hit go, and that will now update that status from pending to denied. And there you can see the change at the top. Alright, I can quickly go through and view the finished PDF for that particular form if I want to. And that, across the top are all the filters. So I can search for a word, I can do a date range, I can search by a different status and filter, or I can filter by user. So that's all completely built in and ready to go. Okay, so I've got all of my forms that have come in. Now what happens if I want to separate them into different elements or different types of forms? And you can see we've done this already across the top. I've got my All Forms button, but then I've also got one for invoices. So all of my invoices will drop into that tab. I've got one for my incident reports and my near miss reports. So to do this, press on the New Tab button. And what we're able to do is create a new one for whatever market and sector we want. And then we can also customize the column headings when we do it. So I'm going to click on New. And here we are. This is the submitted form list options page. Right, now I want to do a separate report on my work orders so I can see those and where they're up to. When I click on forms, it gives me the different forms that I'm able to pull into this table, and I can do more than one. Okay, so if I've got a range of different work orders, different work order forms that are being filled in throughout the business, I can pull the information from all of those different work order forms into this one table. I'll show you how to do that in a moment. So let's select work order. I can then select the groups that are able to view this tab, and it will only be the technical team in this case. And when I say groups, you can set your groups up in the user menu and assign different users to different groups. Okay, so we'll select the technical team. Alright, now the columns of the table. And I showed you that we have these headings as our defaults, the ID and the date created, the title, the user, the location submitted, and the status. That they are all defaults that you'll have automatically. If you don't need any of those, then you can just delete them. The title we don't need, for example, not so bothered about the user, or you can leave them all in, it's up to you. But what you can then do is add custom headers, custom to call them whatever you like. So we might have work order number in this case. So we're creating our own column headings here for new columns, and we want work order date. And you can add as many additional columns as you like, so customer detail might be another useful one. Alright, so now we've added our custom headers. Now it knows that the report is called work order. We've got our different column headings, and we've said that we want work order number and work order date. And now all we need to do is match the form field. What form fields do we want to appear in these column headings? So work order number, we want to select the work order number field, and in the work order date, we want the work order date field. Great. Actually, requested by might be useful as well. So let's add that one in. Add another column, requested by. And in the requested by section, we're going to add the requested by field. So that will match and pull the information from that form field into the requested by column. And that's it. It's very, very simple to create your own tables. If you do have multiple forms that you want to pull into this table, then you just select the other one. So it might be work order 2 or a specific work order. You can just grab that. That will, at the bottom, all you then need to do is match the form fields from that second form in exactly the same way. So what field from the invoice form do you want to appear in the work order number column? And you match them in exactly the same way. So it's then pulling information from multiple forms into the same submitted form page for work orders. I hope that's clear. Once you've saved that, it will appear as a new tab, and from then on, every work order form detail will populate in both the All Forms and in the Work Order tab. So that's the Submitted Forms page.